The maintenance bay of Station Omega-7 hummed with activity as Chief Mechanic Marcus Rodriguez wiped grease from his hands. 30 years of keeping starships operational had taught him patience, but the towering figure approaching his workstation tested every ounce of it. Commander Vextar stood nearly 8 feet tall, his crystalline blue skin reflecting the harsh overhead lights. The Altarian's 4 arms moved with practiced arrogance as he gestured dismissively at the sleek interceptor behind him. Human, Vextar's voice resonated through the universal translator with unmistakable disdain. Your primitive maintenance protocols have damaged my ship's quantum flux inhibitors. Do you even comprehend the sophistication of Altarian engineering? Marcus looked up from his diagnostic pad, his weathered face remaining calm. Around them, other mechanics and dock workers had stopped their tasks, sensing the tension building in the air. The diagnostics show everything within normal parameters, Commander, Marcus replied evenly. Your ship's been running hot because someone's been pushing the antimatter injectors past redline specifications. Vextar's crystalline features darkened to a deep purple, a clear sign of anger among his species. Impossible. You lack the neural capacity to understand technology beyond your crude fusion drives. Perhaps if your species had evolved beyond using tools with opposable thumbs, you might grasp basic starship mechanics. The maintenance bay fell silent. Even the constant hum of the station's life support system seemed muted by the weight of the insult. Marcus felt the eyes of his crew upon him, waiting to see how their chief would respond to such blatant xenophobic arrogance. Commander, Marcus said quietly, setting down his tools, I've been maintaining starships since before your homeworld joined the Galactic Federation. I've worked on vessels from 43 different species, including 12 Altarian deep space cruisers. Irrelevant, Vextar snapped. Your crude understanding. Your ship's quantum flux inhibitors are functioning perfectly, Marcus interrupted, his voice carrying the authority of 3 decades of experience. The problem isn't with my maintenance. The problem is with your flying. Vextar's 4 arms spread wide in an aggressive display. How dare you question my piloting abilities? I am a commander of the Altarian Star Fleet. Marcus walked over to his workstation and activated the holographic display. 3-dimensional schematics of Vextar's interceptor materialized in the air, rotating slowly to show every component. These are your ship's flight logs from the past week, Marcus explained, manipulating the display with practiced ease. Notice the antimatter injection rates during your atmospheric entries. You're hitting 127% of recommended maximum output. The hologram zoomed in on the engine assembly, highlighting stress fractures invisible to the naked eye. Your quantum flux inhibitors aren't failing, they're being overworked because you're hot-dogging through planetary atmospheres like you're trying to impress Academy cadets. Vextar's confidence wavered as he studied the data. Other mechanics began gathering around, their collective expertise validating Marcus's analysis. Furthermore, Marcus continued, your inertial dampeners show irregular fluctuations consistent with aggressive banking maneuvers at velocities that would turn most pilots into purple paste. The Altarian commander's skin shifted to a lighter shade of blue, embarrassment, Marcus recognized from his experience with the species. The modifications I've made to your ship, Marcus said, his tone becoming educational rather than confrontational, include reinforced antimatter containment fields and upgraded cooling systems for your flux inhibitors. Your ship will now handle your enthusiastic flying style without compromising safety or performance. Vextar examined the holographic display more carefully, his 4 hands tracing the engineering modifications. The sophistication of Marcus's work became apparent, subtle improvements that enhanced performance while maintaining the elegant aesthetics of Altarian design. I may have misjudged your capabilities, Vextar admitted grudgingly. Marcus smiled, the first he'd shown since the confrontation began. Commander, good engineering transcends species. Whether you have 2 arms or 4, silicon-based biology or carbon-based, the laws of physics remain constant. He extended his hand toward the alien pilot. Your ship's ready for another decade of what I'm sure will be very spirited flying. Vextar stared at the offered handshake for a moment before grasping Marcus's hand with one of his four. Perhaps, he said slowly, there is wisdom to be found in unexpected places. As the commander departed with his fully restored ship, Marcus returned to his work, knowing that respect, like good engineering, had to be earned, not assumed.